2010 Under-19s World Cup. Andre Berenger played for Sri Lanka.
He's told me this before.
And then played for the UAE in ODIs and then Qatar in the T20s.
Yep.
And then...
it's not technically for 3 countries. It's not 3 senior appearances.
Yes, not 3 senior appearances.
Good knowledge, Bertus.
Oh, Bertus. Bertus. We wish you were here. You could keep us both warm with your...
dry wit. 27 bowled, 106 for 3. Van der Merwe into his spell now, and you'd imagine he's going to be desperate to impact the game. Keep your eyes on Van der Merwe if he does get a wicket. The celebrations, they haven't subdued at all.
I love it. He's such a character. Seen him a bit playing around when I've been around the traps in the county game in England. Yeah, he's just one of the great entertainers, isn't he? So there's a few in the Dutch side that are particularly entertaining.
And Bertus, of course, does correct me that the list that I read out there is only in officially sanctioned or statused games, which makes the list a very recent one. Someone like Dermot Reeve, who played for Hong Kong back in the day when they would have played List A cricket, he's not in that list.
Oh, we know we've got you out there to keep us honest, Bertus.
And de Merwe will just twirl away here, won't he? Paddle goes to the sweep, but there is protection out there. Should just be the single. Sherry Ahmed is a fine fielder. Do have a really good question. Might need to answer it in between the overs because it's a tiny bit complicated because of the addition of Netherlands to this ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. But it's a really good question because last time there was 7 teams in this league and there was 36 ODIs. This time there is 8 teams in this league and there's still 36 ODIs. So it's Romeo Cricket who's asking me a bit of extra bounce from Van der Merwe. Very animated in his follow through. He says that there are 36 matches each. How does that work? Last time it was 7 teams, so it was 36. Each team played each other 6 times. The 7 teams played each other 6 times each, which is correct. So there's now a slight disparity to it. And they've had to kind of be a bit innovative in terms of how they have done it. So now they are playing some of the teams 6 times and then other teams 4 times. So it doesn't have that kind of complete round, sextuplet, round robin, for want of a better description, the schedule to it. 28 bowled, 108 for 3. So, in essence, the way it works is everyone misses 1 opponent at home, everyone misses 1 opponent away, and everyone misses 1 neutral opponent. Now, that might not make complete sense, but what that means is you'll play 4 of your opponents 6 times, and you'll play 3 of your opponents 4 times, and then that adds up to the 24 games plus the 12 that will make up the 36 in total. So it does also mean that you will play everyone in the league at least 4 times, but it does mean that there will be one country you don't tour, if that makes sense. So they've kind of had to skirt it together. I think the alternative was to play everybody 6 times would have led to a 42 match league, and it was just too difficult to squeeze that into the sort of 2 years, 2 and 3/4 year schedule. So it's actually Bertus who's been kind enough to give me the list. So Canada don't host UAE, so at no point will the UAE travel to Canada. Namibia don't host Nepal, so Nepal won't head back down to Windhoek, where they've got so much history. Nepal don't host Canada, although Canada were there for a bilateral series last year. Then the Netherlands, they don't host Oman. Oman don't host Scotland. Scotland don't host the USA. UAE don't host Namibia, and USA don't host Netherlands. It doesn't mean that the USA don't play Netherlands. They'll play them 4 times, but they just won't host them. So repeat that once more. It means everyone misses 1 opponent at home, 1 opponent away, and 1 neutral opponent. So Yeah, I think that's a really good description. A great question as well. I think some would have loved to see 42 games in the calendar, but there's obviously budget restrictions and budget implications as well. And we had to get Netherlands into this league because with the demise of the Super League, you couldn't leave them without any cricket.
Oh, God, of course not. I do wonder if we will see the return of that at some point. It's a tight little over from a tall, fast bowler, Van Meekeren.
Yeah, Van Meekeren's second spell hasn't quite had the impact that it did throughout the home tri-series. There's now a slip, a catcher coming into play, and another one at backward point, quite tight in. Goes at a catching height through the covers, but it'll race for 4. Hits it on the up. A brave shot from Arif Sheikh, who's starting to play a few strokes.
Well, it was a brave stroke, but I'm not sure that Van Meekeren will mind seeing that, because we did have those fielders in catching positions on the offside. It was well placed, but maybe he might feel that he is in with a shot if he can tempt him into playing outside the off stump. I think Nepal just building really nicely at the moment. More runs on the leg side this time. It's another 2 to the total. Yeah, they're just staying in touch with this without sort of dropping the hammer and going hard at the chase. They've just been chipping away, and it's keeping them in touch. They're more than halfway to the target at the moment.
They're not doing anything overly quickly, but they're doing it without any further losses, and that's the most important part of it. You talk about that doubling your score from 30 ratio, and as to how accurate that is in the first innings, if Nepal...
Of the veteran. Ashalata Devi with the chance to take India front at this moment. Everybody holding their breath. Ashalata Devi, and she misses it.
Saudi 2024, and this there to watch this. Saudi 2024, and this clash between Nepal versus Lebanon live on this lovely clear evening. As you can see, Nepal in red and what a
नयाँ कोच आएसँगै अब सबैजना अन्य अब यति बेला कोचले पनि अहिले कुशल मल्लको गेम
ज्वाइन करो भाई। लाइक बहुत कम लोग कर रहे हो, सभी के कमेंट भी रीड कर रहा हूँ, लाइव मैच भी चला रखा है और करते रहो यार, लाइक भी कर दिया करो भाई, सभी से रिक्वेस्ट है वीडियो को लाइक कर दिया करो। फिलहाल एक ही रन है वहां पर, कैच बचा तो उसके बाद उसने डॉट ही डॉट कर दी गेंद, डिफेंस ही डिफेंस कर दी। चलिए अच्छी बात है डिफेंस करना भी। और आप सभी साथी हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए बहुत थैंक यू, धन्यवाद, वंदन सभी का, अभिनंदन और चंदन। चलिए केजी स्पोर्ट्स से जुड़े हैं आप, और केजी स्पोर्ट्स पर आपको बहुत सारे बेनिफिट मिलते हैं। लाइव मैच की कमेंट्री और लाइव रियल वाला लाइव मैच भी हम चलाते हैं, जो दर्शकों को लाइव मैच में भी देखने में इंटरेस्ट रहता है तो वो भी देख सकते हैं। चलिए एक्स्ट्रा कवर की दिशा में ओवर की पहली गेंद को खेला, ये गेंद बाउंड्री मिलेगी। रोहित पौड़ल मैच को बनाते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं, कप्तानी पारी नेपाल की ओर से, नेपाल जीतेगा भाई।
सिंगल आयो ल बाउन्ड्री
सिंगल होइन चौका गएछ त यहाँ त चौका गएछ यो स्कोर कार्डमा किन आएन यो त को यो त टोयलेट जस्तो छ त यो त के हो यो टोयलेटमा बल छिरो यार छ्या यार एउटा चौका आएको छ हैन तर उनीहरुको कस्तो ट्रेडिसनल घरहरु है तर है नेपालमा जस्तै के घरहरु त कस्तो राम्रो लाग्यो के त्यो चाहिँ
मैले पनि एउटा म्याच र्याङ्क सोचिरहेको छु